top. Do not drive to the airport this month, and do not walk into a DMV until you watch this specific update. We have been warning you about the changes to American driving laws for years. You heard about the Real ID deadline. You heard about the new kill switches in cars. You heard about the stricter renewal tests for seniors over 70. And for a long time, these were just distant threats. They were things that were coming soon. Well, look at your calendar. Soon has arrived. Starting in February 2026, a new federal option takes effect at airport security checkpoints that fundamentally changes how you travel without a real ID. If you are one of the millions of seniors who decided not to upgrade your license because it was too much hassle, you are about to pay a literal price for that decision. But the airport is just the tip of the iceberg. In this broadcast, we are going to break down the 5 new rules of the 2026 Driving Rulebook. First, we are going to discuss the new Confirm ID fee that begins this month. If you don't have the star on your license, bring your credit card to the security line. Second, we are going to expose the massive speeding trap launching in New York this February that could spread to other states. 1 mile per hour over the limit? That is now a ticket. Third, we are going to look at the anti-drunk driving technology that is now standard in many 2026 vehicle models. Is it really a kill switch? Can it shut off your car if you are just tired? We have the technical manual here. Fourth, we are going to list the state-by-state crackdown on senior renewals. If you live in Illinois, California, or Florida, the age for mandatory road tests is shifting. And fifth, we will cover the insurance rate spike hitting seniors in 2026, and the one loophole course that can lower your bill. This is not a drill. These laws are active or activating this year. Let's get you compliant. We have to start with the Real ID update because this is the specific rule taking effect in February 2026. For the last year, since the deadline passed, travelers have been in a state of confusion. Can you fly with your old license? Will they turn you away? The Transportation Security Administration has officially rolled out a new protocol to handle the millions of Americans who still do not have a Real ID compliant license. Here is the new rule. If you show up to a TSA checkpoint with a standard, non-compliant driver's license, you will not necessarily be turned away. However, starting in February 2026, you may be given the option to use the TSA Confirm ID process. This is a modernized identity verification system. But here is the catch. It costs money. The TSA has introduced a fee option reported to be around $45 for travelers who need to verify their identity on the spot because they lack the proper credentials. Think about that. $45 just to get through the security line. If you fly twice a year to see grandkids, that is $90. A Real ID upgrade at the DMV usually costs around $30 and lasts for 8 years. So by being stubborn and keeping your old license, you're effectively paying a convenience tax every time you travel. This is designed to force compliance. The government knows they can't simply ban 40% of the population from flying overnight, so they are doing the next best thing. They are making it expensive and annoying to fly without the right ID. If you have a trip planned for the spring of 2026, look at your license right now. Is there a gold or black star in the top right corner? If not, go to the DMV this week. Do not wait for the week of your flight. The lines in 2026 are longer than ever because of this new enforcement. Now let's talk about the 1 mile per hour rule. that is terrifying drivers in the Northeast. Starting in February 2026, the state of New York is implementing one of the strictest traffic crackdowns in history. Under the new guidance for state enforcement, the grace period for speeding is effectively zero. In the past, police would usually ignore you if you were going 5 or 9 miles per hour over the limit. They called it the buffer zone. That buffer zone is gone. New automated cameras and stricter guidelines mean you can be ticketed for going 1 mile per hour over the limit. Why does this matter to you if you don't live in New York? Because New York is the testing ground. California and Illinois are watching closely. If this generates revenue, and it will generate millions, expect to see zero tolerance speed zones popping up in your state by the summer. For seniors, this is dangerous because many of us rely on the flow of traffic rather than staring at the speedometer. If the flow of traffic is 60 in a 55 and you go 60, you are now a target. You need to use your cruise control. Set it to the exact limit. Do not rely on feeling the speed anymore. The cameras don't have feelings. Let's pivot to your car technology. If you bought a new vehicle in late 2025, or if you are shopping for a 2026 model, you need to understand the new technology that is no longer optional. We are talking about the driver monitoring systems. You have heard the rumors on Facebook about a kill switch that the government can use to shut off your car. Let's separate the fear from the fact. The 2026 models are equipped with sensors that track your eyes and head position. This is part of the anti-impaired driving mandate from the infrastructure bill. Here is what it actually does. It is not looking for alcohol on your breath. It is looking for distraction and drowsiness. If you look down at the radio for too long, or if your eyelids get heavy, the car will beep. If you ignore the beep, the car will vibrate the seat. If you ignore that, the car can legally enter limp mode, slowing down and pulling over to the shoulder. It does not kill the engine while you are doing 70 miles per hour. That would be unsafe. But it will disable your cruise control and force you to take manual control. For seniors with medical conditions like drooping eyelids or who wear dark sunglasses, this can be a nightmare. We have heard reports of seniors returning their 2026 cars because the safety system kept pulling them over when they were perfectly fine. If you are test driving a new car, test this feature. Wear your sunglasses, make sure the car recognizes you as awake. If it doesn't, do not buy that car. Now let's move to the most critical section for your license. The renewal crackdown. States are under pressure to reduce accidents among the 70-plus demographic. Because they cannot pass a federal law banning seniors from driving, they are using administrative rules to make it harder to renew. We are seeing a massive shift in Illinois. If you live in Illinois, mark your calendar for July 1st, 2026. That is when the new, stricter renewal laws fully kick in. Drivers aged 87 and older must take a road test every single year. Drivers aged 79 to 86 must renew in person and pass a vision test. If you are 78 right now, you are in the safe zone. But the moment you turn 79, you lose the ability to renew by mail. And if you fail that vision test, your license is revoked on the spot. Let's look at California. The 70 rule is in full effect. If you are 70 or older, you cannot renew your license online anymore. You must go into a DMV office. Why? Because they need to give you a vision test and a knowledge test. But here is the good news for 2026. California has introduced an e-learning option for the written test. Instead of standing at a computer in the DMV lobby answering 25 questions under pressure, you can take a course at home on your computer. It takes about 45 minutes. You watch videos and answer questions. If you complete the course, you skip the written test at the DMV. I highly recommend this for seniors. It lowers the stress. You can do it at your own pace. But remember, the vision test is non-negotiable. If you cannot read the chart, they will give you a form to take to your eye doctor. If your doctor says you have cataracts or macular degeneration that limits your vision, the DMV will issue a restricted license. What is a restricted license? This is becoming the new normal for drivers over 80. Instead of taking your license away completely, the state adds codes to the back of the card. Code 62, no night driving. Code 63, no freeway driving. If you get a no night driving restriction, you are legally banned from operating a vehicle from sunset to sunrise. If a police officer pulls you over at 8 p.m. and sees that code, you are driving without a valid license. They can tow your car. Many seniors accept these restrictions voluntarily to avoid failing the road test. If you are struggling with glare at night, ask the DMV for this restriction. It might save your license. Let's look at Florida. Florida has a mature driver law. If you are 80 or older, you must renew every 6 years, and you must pass a vision test at every renewal. However, Florida allows you to have the test done by your own doctor. You do not have to do it at the DMV. Download the Report of Eye exam form from the Florida HSMV website. Take it to your optometrist, have them sign it. Then you can renew by mail or online. This is a huge loophole that saves you from the DMV lines. Use it. Finally, we need to talk about insurance rates in 2026. Because of these new rules and the new technology in cars, insurance for seniors is skyrocketing. The actuaries know that even with automatic emergency braking, older drivers are higher risk. However, there is a discount hack you can use to fight back. Almost every state mandates a mature driver discount if you take a defensive driving course. In 2026, you can take these courses online. ARP offers one. They cost about $20. But they save you 5% to 10% on your car insurance for 3 years. If your premium is $1,500 a year, that is a savings of $450 over 3 years. It pays for itself in the first month. Call your agent today and ask, if I take the mature driver course, exactly how much will I save? Do not guess, get the number. Summary of action items for February 2026. Check your license. Does it have the star? If not, are you willing to pay the $45 TESA Confirm ID fee? Check your speed. If you drive in New York, stop speeding. 1 mile per hour over is now a ticket. Check your eyes. Go to the eye doctor before your renewal. Update your prescription. Check your car. If you bought a 2026 model, read the manual on the driver monitor. Do not let it surprise you on the highway. Take the course. Sign up for the mature driver course to lower your insurance. Driving is not a right. It is a privilege. And in 2026, the government is tightening the grip on that privilege. But if you follow the rules, if you get the real ID, if you take the online tests, and if you use the vision loopholes, you can stay on the road safely and legally. We will be tracking the specific rollout of the TESA Confirm ID fee this month. If we see reports of long lines or rejected passengers, we will issue a braking alert. Stay safe, buckle up, and watch your speed. I'll see you in the next update.